Hi, this is Tom Kane, the voice of Jedi Master Yoda. And this is Inside the Force. Listen, you will. Foreseen it I have, yes.
It is a period of Star Wars mania, as new movies, comic books, novels, and TV shows populate the system. Fueled by their love and passion for the galaxy far, far away, two exceptional geeks tap into hundreds of holocrons in order to bring you the knowledge and insight of all things Star Wars. Come and join them as they go inside the Force.
Hey everybody, Inside the Force. Dave Cottingham here. With me as always, Casey Cooley.
Hello, everybody.
It's countdown time.
We're getting there.
It's countdown
It's
time.
almost there.
One more week, man.
I'm like, yeah.
It's celebration time.
Yeah.
Not a lot of news in this episode, but we do got a big episode to talk about. A lot of Star Wars stuff. A couple announcements that broke from Star Wars this past week. New comic came out the other day. Darth Vader number 4, which we will review for you. And of course, we'll hit on anything else that comes up. But there are some main topics here that I want to get into because, well, it's a little controversial. Not controversial, but for me anyway.
Just a little bit?
Just a little bit.
Just a little bit. All right.
So, but first, let me...
Controversies.
Do what?
The controversies
yes.
of Star Wars.
But first, of course, you are listening to Inside the Force. You can find us at InsideTheForce.com, where you can subscribe to us on iTunes, Stitcher Radio, TuneIn Radio. RSS feed is right there. Like us on Facebook. Follow us on Twitter. Hit up our YouTube channel, youtube.com/21network for all the latest videos from the network, including this show. And, of course, InsideTheForce.com will have all of our past podcast episodes. So all 95 episodes are there on the site. All right. So first off, obviously, you usually do some news. Besides the news we got that we're going to talk about, anything episode 7 wise.
The only little thing I have is that there are reports going around that they will release the first official teaser poster for Force Awakens at Celebration.
Yes.
Which,
I've heard that too.
No big surprise if they do that. It seems like they would, but that'd be awesome. A week away, man, to get a crap load of stuff. So 1 week from today, we will have most likely a trailer. And I got a question from my good buddy Cody Geiler asking me what my theory was if the trailer, how long will it be for the trailer to be released online after they unveil it at Celebration? Now, personally, I think it will be the same day, but, they may. What do you think? Do you think they'll hold off?
No, I think it'll be the same. I think it'll be later that day.
Yeah.
But I think it'll give a chance that everybody at Celebration sees it.
Yeah.
And or, to talk about it.
Mm-hmm.
But I definitely think it'll be released, if not that day, that weekend. You know what I mean?
Hope so.
Surely that weekend. I do think we're, because it's being so, they're being so secretive. It seems like I felt like in the past celebrations that we've gone to, I just feel like you knew everything you were going to get there.
Pretty much.
You knew. I mean, we the last one we went to, Celebration 6. The only thing we were really knowing that the only thing we knew that we could see that no one else could see was the premiere of season 5.
Mm-hmm.
You remember?
Yeah.
It was like, oh, that would be awesome if we could get it. Unfortunately, we couldn't get in line in time. We were at some other panel thing. So, but here it's like, okay, we know we can go see season 2 premiere of Rebels, which we're going to try to do. Mm-hmm. But this is the first time there's that uncertainty of what are they going to what are they going to show?
What are they going to
episode
show?
7?
What are they going to talk about?
Yes.
Who's going to come?
Because this was similar to Celebration 3 before episode 3 came out, but again, you know, the crazy thing about it is, and I don't know if this is mentioned enough, but when the prequels were coming out, I mean, let's be honest, you knew the storyline.
Yeah.
You knew what was going to happen.
Yeah.
Right? Obi-Wan wasn't going to die.
Yeah.
Yoda wasn't going to die.
Yeah.
Anakin becomes Darth Vader. The twins survive. You know, I mean, it's like it was great to see everything and to see how the Republic fell and all that. That's kind of the only uncertainty was how the Clone Wars started.
Yeah.
The big mystery was the Clone Wars. But now that we have that and we have a whole series about the Clone Wars, everything's told. But I mean, granted, this is the first time, right? I mean, we don't, maybe besides Rebels, but as far as movie wise, we have no idea what's in this movie.
What images we will see, or
Nothing.
what the characters will look like for the most part.
How Han is dressed, how Luke is looks fully. I mean, there's some leak stuff out there maybe, but it's what planets they're going to be. Whatever. I mean, it's just there's nothing. And right now, Celebration is the place to be to find out at least something. Whether or not it's just a poster, which I doubt it's just a poster. I think it's got to be some clips. I remember episode 3 came out. I remember Celebration 3 came out right before the premiere, a month before. Same thing. They had one panel where Rick McCallum came out, and I think George was actually there too. But they showed some clips, and mainly they showed the Coruscant battle in the beginning, which was and they had a digital projector there. It was the first time it was digitally projected. Crazy. Anyway, I feel like I repeated myself because I think I said it before, but
it's all right. New listeners.
Yeah. So it's this is and if you look at the Celebration list, the schedule, there's still on there some coming soons.
Yeah.
And it's like,
what the heck?
Yeah. and it's all on the main stage. So it's like, I got to believe that there's episode 7 related.
Like if they always keep it a secret, like you'll have to line up just to see.
Totally.
Like, what is it? I don't know. We're just lining up to see what it is. It's free t-shirts.
It's crazy. Yeah. I can't wait. It's
We'll definitely have a show before you go out there. Probably, right? We'll try.
It's up to you. Yeah, I think we can do one. Obviously, we can do one earlier than what we usually do. Now, me and Chad, we kind of talked about. Again, I think I mentioned this last week. You know what? We don't want to haul cameras around and do all that stuff. So we'll do some show. We'll do some camera ones, and we'll probably do a show sometime that week, either Friday night or Saturday, maybe after the show. After we leave Sunday morning, so maybe at the end of the weekend, we'll do a quick show, kind of describing stuff.
I'll do my own one-man show. I'll be on here. I wonder what Dave's doing right now.
Yeah.
I can only imagine.
Oh, maybe you just call in.
I'll call in. What are you doing?
Anyway, so that's we'll maybe talk about that a little bit more here later. But the big announcement. You got anything else, or
I got nothing. Go for it.
Yeah. So the big announcement this week, and to be honest, this came out of nowhere.
Yeah, really.
I had no idea about this, and that is the announcement of Star Wars: The Digital Movie Collection. Meaning that this Friday, April 10th, they are releasing all 6 films in digital format. And not just, unfortunately, it's not going to Netflix, which Disney has not yet anyway.
Yeah.
Disney has a contract with Netflix. It'll eventually land there, I'm sure. But as of right now, what we're talking about is this digital HD purchase capability, basically. And it's on every platform. iTunes, Google, the Vudu thing, Amazon, Xbox, Disney. You can buy it on your Nook. everywhere you can think of. Now, it's weird, and I can't find the reason behind this. But Disney has an app, Disney Movies Anywhere.
Right.
You can't get episode 4 yet on there.
But everything else?
But everything else you can.
That's just probably just
Like,
something.
I'm looking at it right now. It says, it says, see, look, it says this movie is currently unavailable on Disney Movies Anywhere.
What the heck? There's some.
And
there's
I'm
some
really
rights
confused by that.
issue?
I don't think so. I mean,
Yeah,
why is it available on everything
Yeah.
else? Because I can click on my Xbox and I can pre-order all 6 of them.
Yeah.
iTunes are all listed on iTunes right now. Now, what's weird is that, just for people that don't know, it's weird that like on iTunes, you can only buy the movies individually,
Really?
and they're $19.99.
Okay.
But for example, like on Xbox, and I think maybe even Google, you can buy what's called the entire collection.
Yeah.
All 6 movies with one price, and that's dropped down to $89.99.
Yeah. Because I looked at it on Vudu. I have
Yes,
Vudu, and you can buy them individually or
the collection
as a package. Yeah.
So I don't know if I don't think maybe they just temporarily didn't put it up there, but they at the time they didn't have the entire collection. They just had the individual movies. And I'm gonna double check that too while we're talking. But anyway, but I'm to be honest, what I think was the coolest thing is they released 7 trailers.
Yeah.
The entire
Just,
movie collection,
like, new trailers of just.
and then the individual movies. And I watched them all.
Yeah.
Like, I was like, man, this is awesome.
I saw the 6th one. I guess on YouTube, and I just had to tweet it out. I was like, "It's just so cool."
It is so
I
cool.
can't believe something like this exists in our world.
Yeah, see, iTunes just has the individual
Yeah.
movies. You can't buy the entire collection, which sucks. Really, because I'm getting them now. You know, a lot of people out there. I've read some forums, and a lot of people are like, "Yeah, I'm not giving my money. I got the Blu-rays and all that stuff."
Well, some people I'm reading are hating it just because it's the current version.
Correct.
I'm like, what the heck, people? This
Now,
is
and
old,
I've been trying,
this is old
and I've been
news.
trying to search whether or not there are any changes.
Yeah.
Which these aren't Lucas sanctioned, so I'm assuming they're not.
I've been thinking a lot about this actually. Like,
You think there is?
no, but not the changes, but just like the fact that they are releasing them digitally, to me, tells me that they won't make any more changes ever. I guess it was always George who was doing it, but I guess he doesn't feel like if he would, I guess he doesn't feel like doing any more changes. So I feel like the versions that we have now
Is it? I'm leaning that way as well.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure you're right. Which, I mean, we've talked about this on here, which irks me a little bit.
Yeah.
Because there's plenty, I still think there's plenty of stuff that could be improved, not changed,
Yeah.
improved. I think there's a difference.
Mm-hmm.
Making Han shoot second, I mean, that's change, which we've agreed we can live with, but, and making the Ewoks blink, that's a change. But digitally, like just digital backgrounds and, adding some digital characters or something like that in the backgrounds, I mean, that stuff to me is improving, the already greatness of the Star Wars trilogy. But, I still feel like for example, I think Bespin is completely just whacked. I mean,
It's inconsistent.
Very inconsistent. That's perfect word to use. Very inconsistent. They just went so far into adding this whole new city, looking city, but then they kept some parts of it from the old series, and I still think that, and that's why I was hoping they would change, but it doesn't seem like it. But there's still problems with the lightsabers.
Yeah.
I
I don't know why they keep saying like, oh, the coloring keeps messing it up, or because it's HD, it's like a different coloring or something weird like excuse.
Yes.
Like, I feel like that there should be no excuse.
No, you can color
Nowadays.
correct it
Yeah.
any way you want.
Yeah.
You can change You can change the whole color of one color. You can do it. It's not hard. We do it all the time.
Yeah.
You know, like Vader's lightsaber in Empire is still kind of pinkish. Mm-hmm. It's not red. Mm-hmm. You know, and a clear example of that, like I was going to show you, a clear example of that is on StarWars.com. You can see there's thumbnails. There's one of a shot from the movie, and then there's a shot that they advertised the movie collection. And tell me those lightsabers aren't different colors.
Yeah.
Right? Mm-hmm. That's what it should be, which is red. Because when they made that graphic, they painted it red. But in the movie, it's pink still. Yeah. You know? So, and there's still parts of like Obi-Wan in Episode 4, like his blue isn't all that blue. It's like a sky blue, you know?
Yeah.
It's, anyway, I just feel like there's still improvements to be made. Mm-hmm. But again, like you said, I agree. I don't know if we'll ever see them. I think, you know, and to me, it really is mainly like, because it's funny because at work right now, leading up to Celebration, I'm just playing movies, all the Star Wars movies. They're just in the conference room, just going. We're up to tomorrow's episode 5 and 6.
Yeah.
So, but you know, I kind of popped in there when episode 4 was going, and to me, it's just, and seeing these trailers, you know, of all the movies, to me, it's just simply, it's definitely the lightsabers. Like, I feel like the lightsabers need to be completely consistent, which should be an easy thing, because it's just, you don't even have to go back to the original footage. But then, to me, it's consistency. Like you said, it's just consistency. Mm-hmm. You know, Tatooine, I think in episode 4 is fine. I think that you're good there. There's still some times where you see a dewback that doesn't move. Yeah. I wish, you know, the biggest thing, and I want your opinion on this. You know, because there's a guy out there, right? That
the revisited
stuff, right?
Yep.
And do you know what the main thing he did in episode 4, which was pretty crazy, was he animated the faces of the masks.
Yeah, of all the aliens in the cantina.
Yes,
that's really cool. Like just twitches, like facial twitches.
Absolutely.
Like that. Yeah,
blinks.
Yeah,
you know, nose, a lip moving. You know, I mean, just add a little bit of life. Mm-hmm. You know, to make somebody. Let's think about it. Somebody like my daughter, who's going to watch it eventually. Mm-hmm. When she sees that, she's not going to know it's a mask.
Yeah,
you know, it's like that's subtle things like that, and those aren't hard to me. Anyway, now the problem is, I know that Disney, they probably don't want to spend the money.
Yeah,
I mean, unfortunately, that's what it comes down to, right? You don't want to pay the animators to go back there and do that. That is clear in the next story, which we'll talk about. Mm-hmm. But how? So now that do you believe? Because that was my question. Do you believe that now that this is coming out, that there will be no other digital versions that come out? Obviously,
I just can't see. I mean, I feel like it'd be a lot of effort to. I guess it won't be really to take down current versions, replace it with new versions. You know, but will they have to rebuy those versions or not? You know,
right.
I'm already kind of not ticked, but just like annoyed. Like I can't because I own the movies right now, I can't just punch in a code and
get
the digital versions. Because I want the digital versions really bad.
Because that is very true. That if all they are digital versions of the Blu-ray, mm-hmm. whoever owns the Blu-rays should be able to at least get a huge discount.
Yeah,
I mean,
that would be cool.
You know what I mean? Like if you got to pay just $5 a movie, mm-hmm. that's fine. But I do believe that. I think you're completely right. People that bought the entire saga on Blu-ray, which spent already almost $100 for that.
Yeah.
Give them at least a discount. Now, I'm going to eat it anyway and then do it. But my main thing is, to be honest, and I don't want to sound like I'm pirating or anything, but like my big thing was, we shot a video of you. Yeah. We haven't released it because I've had a hard time figuring out how to get stills, mm-hmm. because I want to use HD stills from the mm-hmm. Blu-rays, right? But it would have taken a long time to rip the Blu-rays, and I don't really want to do that. Mm-hmm. I thought I could, and I technically, I guess I could try. I was trying to be at work, pop them in and just play them and then do a screenshot,
Yeah.
but just wouldn't have been that high quality, right? Well, now there they are.
I feel like we were just talking about this, I feel like, a few weeks ago.
We were.
How we need this, and we got it.
We got it.
Yeah, that's awesome.
So the beauty of this is perfect because I'm going to take my Surface to Celebration.
Yeah.
And while we're waiting in line, guess what we're going to do? We're going to watch the
Awesome.
movies on the pad here. So, I don't know. So you feel like, so I guess you feel like this is the Return of the Jedi where Vader yells no at the end?
Yeah, I mean, it makes sense that they would do that. I mean, I would be mad that if it weren't the Blu-ray versions. So
I wonder if I wonder if there's any changes at all. I don't know.
I have to watch them all, I guess.
If they did a color, if they redid any color correction, I don't know. Because, the trailers could have been pulled from the older footage before it was redone, so you don't know. Because they look good. I mean, the trailers actually look pretty good. I don't see too much color problems in there, so maybe they did do some. I don't know. But anyway, that's what's happening with them. April 10th, you can get them on every platform pretty much. If you haven't seen the trailers, they're all on our Facebook page. I posted them all in there, or go to StarWars.com, and they're all right there. Pretty cool little trailers of each movie. Next thing, news-wise, is, which I just saw actually today. It was announced today, actually. Star Wars: The Clone Wars is actually making another appearance at Celebration. This time, Filoni has announced that a new 4-episode arc called Bad Batch will be debuted at Star Wars Celebration. And this one is centered around the return of Echo.
Oh, okay.
The clone. This is all about the clones. What happened to Echo, how he's still alive.
And is this the one that had the problem? No, he died. That's right. He died in that with the chip malfunction.
Yes, I'm not exactly sure because when this takes place, because it says it's telling the story of how Captain Rex and company rescued Echo.
It's
so
just a story.
But it's a 4-episode story, so it's just like the Utapau arc that the Crystal arc that they now
animatics, whatever.
That's the issue, and that's the issue I'm getting into.
The controversy.
It's unfinished.
Yeah,
they recorded all the audio, and that is done. All the audio, music, the soundtrack is completely done. All the animation is not. If anybody saw the Utapau arc that the StarWars.com released, I think in the last fall, I didn't finish it. I didn't make it through it. Did you watch all at all?
No, didn't start it.
See, I just and I hate to say this, but I don't know if I'll go see this. Yeah. They're releasing on the digital stage on Friday at noon. And they even got a Q&A, which I want to see this. They got a Q&A with Filoni.
Yeah. Why did you want to do this?
In fact, I may do that.
There you go.
I may ask Filoni.
Mr. Filoni?
Why aren't these getting finished?
Yeah.
I mean...
do you think they've always had the music and the dialogue finished?
Well, yeah. Remember when we talked to Tom
King?
King?
The dialogue, but I feel like editing the music and putting in sound effects before any of the animation's even finished. I don't know if there's. I guess I don't know. There's a process.
That's a good point. I think they probably finished that.
Yeah.
Like that's what they did to these. They at least finished the audio,
and then they go and do the animation as the final.
Well, they have the animatics.
Yeah, but
to finish the finished. Yeah, but they have that. That's what they use to finish the audio.
Okay.
And then they usually go back and all it is really just layering the effects.
Yeah.
It's not, it's all there.
You gotta shade it, color it, whatever texture.
Yes. Yeah.
So
now it's a process, obviously, but and maybe an expensive one.
Yeah.
But I just don't see how. Why would you? Because to me, the Clone Wars was very successful. I think it kept a lot of fans into the series, into Star Wars, not knowing that we were ever going to get any movies. Our buddy Chad, who I'm going out with out in Celebration, I mean, he even said he's more partial to the Clone Wars than he is Rebels. And I was talking to Charles, another guy that's going out with us. I was telling him, I'm like, you gotta, have you seen Rebels? And he's like, no, I haven't seen it yet. I was like, well, binge watch it here. Here's my XD account. Yeah, watch it. So, because we're gonna go see season 2 premiere. And then I said, did you watch all of Clone Wars? He's like, no. He goes, I'm at the beginning of season 5.
Oh.
I was like, well, so you don't know what happens to Ahsoka?
Yeah.
And he's like, no. I was like, well, I'm just going to break it to you. So I pulled up, I went to Netflix and I pulled up the last episode of season 5. That great shot of...
Oh, gosh. That's the best shot of the whole show.
Oh, my gosh. Yeah. And as she's walking away, and I'm like, wow, that is gorgeous.
And again, I'm talking to Cody, when that happened, like, that's like his favorite type of shot, like low angle, wide shots.
Yes.
So, like... It's like a Western in a way.
Yeah.
Very Westernish.
But very cinematic.
Yeah.
And Chad was in there too, and he was like, see, that's why I'm partial to Clone Wars. He goes, I just don't feel like we got that in Rebels. And it's true. I don't think we did.
There was one episode where, like, when Kanan gets taken by the guys, and the communication side, that was a good, like, cinematic type. I like that one. But no, I agree. I do agree.
No, and a lot of it, to me, has to... I was telling Chad, I was like, they made it a conscious effort on Rebels to harpen back to Ralph McQuarrie art. Yeah. It's very...
It looks like that. It looks like
paintbrush.
Pastel,
yes.
Painted, like, rougher.
Absolutely. And Clone Wars was simply just that. That was the look that they were going with. That was the... they were going to be cinematic with it. They were going to be... direct with it as far as like the look and animation of it, and just keep improving on it, because like
absolutely,
you look at season 1 and season 5, it is a dramatic difference. But it is just phenomenal looking. And I feel like with these you're taking a huge step back. And I don't know, the thing about it is I don't know how, I haven't talked to really anybody, I don't know who else feels or how they feel about seeing their beloved Clone Wars in animatics. It was hard. Like I said, the Utapau thing was so hard to watch. So hard. I mean,
I have a feeling that a lot of people will like it. I think it's like a cool, it's like it's not totally finished. It's kind of cool and rare or whatever. But yeah, I mean, I agree. Like, I need more substance to it, really. I
mean, I will say it right now. I'll mark my words. If I ever get rich, I will pay for them to get finished.
And maybe if Disney will take the offer, like, pay to fix the coloring and all that stuff.
Exactly. That's exactly
I have all the money. Let me do this.
Okay. Before I go, I got all this money. Let me fix.
I've been saving
everything that I want to fix.
Yeah. Then you die happy.
Yeah. I mean, it is. I don't know. I hate to say it because, I mean, God, we love Star Wars so much, and it's hard for me to criticize it because I don't want to criticize Star Wars. But and you'll never hear me, to be honest. Like, you'll never hear me criticize any stories because I know I'm into the storytelling business a little bit, and you definitely. You never tell stories really that you think or that everybody wants. You really kind of tell the stories you want to tell, right? I mean, that's what the beauty of being creative is. And I understand, Filoni, he has his stories he wants to tell. So just like George, like it's their stories.
Yeah.
I'm just enjoying it.
Yeah.
But it's hard, when you set this standard of how things look in Star Wars, and because the unfortunate thing is, I mean, this is not, these are canon.
Yeah, but and that's the one question that I think if you were to do this, to ask Filoni as well, like, for sure, like, are these officially, like, are they canon really?
I mean, they're supposed to be.
Yeah,
I mean, I know the Utapau arc was...
Technically, they are.
Yeah, I know the this doesn't say anything about canon in this article, but I know the Utapau arc was, was mentioned. Look, this is a canon arc.
Right.
So...
That's great.
So, anyway, again, not really... When I first, to be honest, like when I first read this, I was like, "Holy cow!" Great because the image they used. The thing about it is like
they used a full
image,
completed image,
and I guess it's maybe from a previous episode, which kind of maybe threw me off. But look, I mean, it's like that's the episode they used in the article, and it's like Clone Wars batch 4-episode arc coming to Star Wars. I'm like, what? Yes. It's an animatic.
Yeah.
So again, I may dip in towards the end and sit in on the Q&A maybe and ask Filoni what the hell.
Just say,
hey, what the hell, man?
I get it. I get where you're coming from. Let me answer. Because
I mean, is it dumb to say like, why aren't these getting done? Because will he simply say like, well, money?
Yeah,
idiot.
Get out of here. Revoke his
is that
tickets.
obvious or is it just...
I don't know, and I feel like people will be like, "What? Why are you complaining, man? It's awesome. Like, who cares?" But no, that is a good question to ask. Like,
I could ask this. Did you want to finish them and you just weren't given the budgets to finish them?
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Because he could have wanted to do it and maybe pitch the idea and all this stuff. But
had they finished the Yoda ones? Did they finish all those? Were they already done, or did they go back and finish a few things and then?
I think they were pretty much near complete.
Yeah,
like to the fact where I think there was just a little to do with each one. But I think those were pretty much. Do you remember? Because like when we were at season 5 or Celebration 6, when season 5 was about to premiere, they were working on season 5 was completely done. Mm-hmm. So they were already working on season 6. So by the time season 5 was wrapped, I bet you they had half the season done. That's why we got half the episodes. Yeah. And these were the other ones that weren't done. So there's probably, we got what? We got 13. We got 13 episodes of season 6, Lost Missions, I think.
Yeah.
So that roughly there's probably 9 episodes. So these could have been these 2 arcs because that's 8 episodes, right? So these could have been the ones that aren't done that got done. Yeah. So unfortunately, we're not. Maybe they will finish them or not. I don't know. But the problem is when you look at like when you go on Netflix, that Utapau arc isn't on there. Even though it's considered canon.
Yeah.
When you bought this Clone Wars, when you bought season 6, it's not on there. Mm-hmm. When are you going to be able to? I don't know if they're not part of the canon. I don't know if they're part of the canon. Make them part. Make it
a little real. And
consistent. I just think you can't include them in the canon.
Yeah.
Just tell me they're non-canon. Just tell me they're legends, and I'm fine with it. Mm-hmm. But they're not going to. Okay. Anything before we get into the comics? No. I'm trying to find. Did you see where they are? I'm trying to find where the article is. Did you see where they're releasing? So we're kind of getting into the comics now, but Marvel is re-releasing the
several, like a lot of stuff.
The new, basically the official comic adaptation of Episode 4.
Yeah, I saw a lot of ads for other Marvel comics, Marvel Star Wars comics. But yeah, I saw the like Return of the Jedi and.
Oh, okay. I don't think I saw that.
Well, I saw that they're doing the trilogy.
Oh, okay.
There's a bunch of other stuff.
Yeah, so these are apparently official.
Yeah.
The official comics that are going to be adaptations from the films, because if you go back to the 77 comic that Marvel did, it says on the cover like the official adaptation. Well, those are legends now, but this one apparently is going to be the official adaptation, which is cool because I can't wait for the announcement of the novels. Like I want official novels,
right?
of all 6 movies. Because I've been really wanting to read the original trilogy novels,
just to see if there's any little
anything
thing in there different or whatever.
So comic wise, that brings us to Darth Vader, number 4. Pretty interesting book. Let's talk about that. What was your feeling about this?
Liked it much better, I think, than the previous one. Started off really cool flashback.
Yeah.
From the prequels. And you just saw some cool Darth Vader action. Like, really, Darth Vader taking off some gloves a little bit. I'm still just questioning, like, what's going on. Yeah, like, he's obviously building this droid army. Is he trying to overthrow the Empire, or is he just trying to have his own thing going on, just with doing whatever he wants to do? Like, is he just throwing a temper tantrum? Like, what in the world is his issue? And I like the fact that they went back to Geonosis, tied it back to the prequels that way. You saw some of those battle droids kind of revamped a little bit. Got a little weird with the whole Geonosian Queen.
Yes.
All strange there, but it was still kind of cool. Vader just coming in, kicking butt, taking names. So,
yeah,
it's pretty good.
I mean, this takes place pretty much. It's weird because this is like, gosh, what 19 years after the Clone Wars, and there's still remnants all over Geonosis.
Yeah, it looked like since the battle, it just
battle
became nothing almost.
Yeah, pretty crazy. But like you said, yeah, very very cool issue of Vader. Basically, the point is he goes and basically takes something from the Queen, who is still manufacturing. It's so weird. It's a hybrid, basically, of Geonosians and the battle droids.
Alien resurrection thing going on.
Yes, exactly.
Weird.
That's exactly what it is.
Weird thing.
And so Vader, he's basically getting this device that's creating the droids.
Yeah.
So they can make his own droids. But this was a better issue, I think, than the last one, and very cool. It seems like it's setting up, the Emperor. He's finding out the Emperor's got something going on too. So
like a replacement.
Yeah. So overall, very good issue. Again, number 4 of Darth Vader.
And it kind of goes back to what we talked about last week about the story of Anakin, the story of Vader. Like, you need the prequels kind of to really understand Vader. Like, and here I flash back to like Vader thinking back to his moment with Padme on Geonosis, and it kind of solidified that point. Like, he's just a troubled guy. Like, he's still thinking about it. Like, it's still thinking about his loss of Padme. Like, it's haunting him to this day, and he's still tormented by that pain. Like, it's like it made me love Vader even more.
See, that is very true, because you would think by episode 4, which this takes place after that, so that means episode 4, he still does have those feelings.
Yeah,
like, and it's funny that I don't know if that makes him like have those good feelings, I guess, because how Luke was always like, they're still good at him, still good at him, and obviously, see, that's what brings to light. That's what he's thinking, right? That's the good in him, that he had a love of his life, and so it's still strange that if you think about it, that Obi-Wan never really saw it or felt it, or maybe he did. I don't know. It's.
I think it's just the whole Skywalker bloodline. Like, they're more attuned to humanity than the rest of the Jedi. It seems like Obi-Wan's very by the book.
Yep,
very by the book.
Although he had his little fling,
he did, but he stuck with the Jedi code. Like, sorry, but no, I mean, it's a good point though. Yeah, it's so cool. Like, and it's cool because we're talking about how some people think that giving Vader this backstory makes him almost like a wimp, almost like Anakin Skywalker in the prequels was very wimpy and throwing his tantrums. But in this comic, he thinks back to Padme then next panel he's jumping into the hive and slicing around with his lightsaber, killing everything. So
Right.
he's still BA Darth Vader.
Yeah. But again, you're right. He it seems like he has his own agenda going on.
Oh yeah.
I think that it's possible we could see, in the time that we're going to be seeing these stories between episode 4 and 5, between 5 and 6, it's like, it seems like maybe there is a lot of struggle between the Sith, that the Emperor is trying to find a better apprentice. Is Vader trying to become the master? We don't get that really until episode 5, obviously, when he's telling Luke, join me and we'll rule the galaxy. Even in 6, it's like, if you ain't going to join, then we're going to have to kill you. And so there's that, a lot of that going on, and I think we're going to see a lot more of that in the stories that come between those movies, as well as obviously Luke's struggle of finding out that he's his father. And I really do. That's what I think was so great about the book, which is now Legends, but Shadows of the Empire. Shadows of the Empire took place between 5 and 6. It kind of set up a lot of things that happened in 6. Like you find out where Leia gets the Bosch's outfit, and there's Prince Zyzer is how he's trying to overthrow. Which is weird. A lot of people saying you don't pronounce it Zyzer. It's something else.
I say Zyzer.
Yeah, I do too. But how he was trying to overthrow Vader, basically set up Vader so that the Emperor would get rid of. I mean, I love how there's those stories between the movies, and I can't wait for more real ones now, continuity wise, that happened between 5 and 6. Okay, so anyway, that's on newsstands right now. Not newsstands necessarily, comic stands.
Front page news.
Front page news. Issue 4 of Darth Vader. So, all right, that will. I think that'll cover basically what we were talking about here. As far as I was looking on the Star Wars. Just a side note. Darth Vader is actually your This Is Madness champion.
I was surprised.
Very surprised.
Yeah.
I was to be honest, I wasn't surprised as far as the results of the final.
Yeah.
With Vader and Obi-Wan. Obi-Wan, see, this time it was Alec Guinness Obi-Wan.
Right.
But it was a 57% to 43% win. But I was more surprised because if you look at did you look at the recap of Obi-Wan Han?
No. What was it?
50-50.
What? So they just chose Obi-Wan or what?
Well, I think it was so close, but I think Obi-Wan just barely won. Like he maybe had one other vote. Yeah. Which is still, the voting was split.
That's pretty good, actually. I mean, it's hard to...
Because I feel like Han would have maybe won the whole thing, to be honest. Yeah. Like I think he was on his way. And I thought maybe it would have been a cool final if Boba Fett and Han would have made it in the finals. Mm-hmm. But Vader is your champion. He is the third champion. Yoda being the first who won in 2013. Obi-Wan in 2014. Ewan McGregor Obi-Wan, prequel Obi-Wan. And then now 2015 Vader is your champion. The dark side. But pretty awesome. I love this stuff. I love this voting on this thing every year. Pretty cool characters and stuff like that. So, all right. Anyway, I think that might be it. Is that it?
That sounds about right.
Yeah. So there's a lot of stuff obviously coming next week for Celebration. Follow us on Twitter at Inside the Force. I'll be tweeting out as much as I can on anything I find out. I mean, we're just going to do as much as we can. I mean, it's, Chad, I know wants to definitely get an autograph and a picture with Hamill. There's so much merchandise stuff that I'm going to look at getting, and then episode 7 Rebels, whatever is out there on those. And honestly, there's a lot of stuff with the comics and the books now, since all that stuff's continuity, canon now. I want to go see if they're announcing more books. Obviously there's got to be something on the whole Journey thing,
Yeah.
Journey of the Force Awakens. There's got to be all kinds of stuff that they're going to talk about.
If I was going to definitely hit up if there was a writer having some kind of workshop
Yeah, totally.
about it, that'd be cool.
Okay, it is time for some trivia. Trivia. This is question 971, which looks like it's going to be Revenge of the Sith era. 971. Okay. Here we go. Revenge of the Sith era. Who was first to receive Order 66?
Ah, good question.
Who was first to receive Order 66? A. Commander Yar. B. Captain KG. C. Captain Fez. Or D. D. Commander Cody.
Captain Fez. One of the guys?
Captain Fez.
I need to look at him.
Captain
see who that guy is.
KG, and then Commander Yar. Commander Cody.
Yar. Okay. Let me just check my memory bank one more time, just to make sure I'm right here. Okay, I'm going to say Commander Cody.
I too will say Commander Cody because that is the right answer.
Commander Cody, execute 60.
I just actually saw it the other day in the office.
Okay, there you
But
go.
anyway, he was the first because Obi-Wan came and talked to him and got his lightsaber back, and then he just turns his back on him, fires at him.
The time that's
And that was a
come.
pretty far fall, if you remember, that Obi-Wan actually survived. So that was
He's a
pretty
tough
incredible.
guy.
Yeah.
Tough cookie to break.
I mean,
He that beginning of that movie when he fights Dooku again, and Dooku force pushes him against the rail down. He makes the rail fall on his legs and scoots him over a little bit. Like his body should be broken.
correct.
Like what is he
Then
made of?
He gets up and does.
Yeah.
Is fine.
Oh hey, Anakin. What's going on? That's almost John Lennon there. I'm sorry.
All right. So, thanks for listening, everybody. Again, check us out next week. Follow us on Twitter at Inside the Force for all the latest updates from Star Wars Celebration that we will be talking about. Me and Case here will try to get a show done before I head out. Me and Chad will probably try to do a show out there as well as, or some Camera One stuff. So check us out on our YouTube channel, youtube.com/21network. And follow me on dcottingham21. I don't know how much tweeting I'm going to be doing from there, but Casey over here is Kryptonian1138. All right, so I'm sure after next weekend we'll have a ton to discuss.
Yes.
Leading up to
Story time.
episode 7.
Story time
Now, it is
today.
possible, however unlikely, it is possible that the trailer, because I'm starting to think now, whatever they show trailer-wise, it may not come out until Age of Ultron.
Yeah. I mean, that's
Which is
what
a couple
I'm
weeks
afraid
later.
of, but
Because everybody knows, obviously, that Disney owns Marvel and Star Wars. So
but if there's a bootleg version, it's gonna be so hard to resist. Although I hate bootleg stuff with a passion.
I mean, I do think it'll be released digitally.
Yeah.
And then still show up on Age of Ultron.
Yeah.
But anyway. All right. So, again, a lot to talk about after next week. And if you're going to Celebration, you're going to love it. If you haven't been there before, it is awesome. Go enjoy it. And it's just going to be a great weekend. So, anyway, for Casey.
One day, I will become the greatest Jedi ever. I will even learn how to stop people from dying. Little Anakin.
Little
Many
whiny Anakin.
I killed them all. I was debating whether not to do the quote from he's talking to Padme about sand, the really stupid quote. I might have to just go ahead and do it. Let me try to find it.
Which one?
They're on Naboo, and he's like, "I like this better than Tatooine." Sand gets. Let me see. Okay, it says, he says, I don't like sand. It's coarse and rough and irritating, and it gets everywhere. Not like here. Here, everything is soft and smooth. It's so awkward.
And then he touches her.
Yeah, like there's so many awkward parts of that. It's still a cool movie, but there's like one just random scene that cuts them in front of a fireplace, just like awkwardly silence and like kind of staring at each other.
I feel like that was a deleted scene,
like,
though.
what happened before this moment? Did he make a stupid joke, or did he
correct? Yeah,
like fart and then just kind of get really serious and awkward? Like, what happened?
That's exactly what it is. So,
yeah.
Oh, excuse me. Yeah. Excuse me.
Sorry.
Honestly, though, maybe the worst line in the entire series.
What's that?
That same scene. Do you remember? I wish I could just wish away my feelings.
I was looking at that.
I was like,
wish away my feelings.
Wait a minute. I wish I could just wish away my feelings.
Stop being so wishful in your wishing and your wishful things.
Yeah, exactly. So how does that even work? Is that yours or mine?
I think it's you there. Oh no, we got some audio playing.
That was me.
Sorry. Yeah.
So
like,
a wish. So basically, it's like, I wish. Give me a wish.
Yeah.
Because then I'm gonna wish.
I had the ability to wish.
That I could wish my feelings away.
Oh dear goodness, it's just so dramatic.
I mean,
it's a soap opera basically. That movie.
That doesn't actually make sense.
No, it makes no. That don't make no sense.
Don't make no sense.
No. Anakin. Well, he's just a
maybe they should
hormone.
They should have changed the audio of that somehow.
It's yeah. I can't even laugh at the cop. Yeah, no, that'd be so funny.
All right, so thanks everybody. Thanks for listening to episode 95 here. Check us out next week. Maybe an early edition as we prep for
it. Short, quick send-off episode.
Pretty much, yeah. Hopefully some news busts out this weekend. Of course, well, I tell you what, I'm going to watch some digital Star Wars this weekend, see if there's any changes.
There you go.
And we'll talk about it.
Yep. All
right, so I'm David Cottingham. He's Casey Cooley.
Goodbye, everybody.
Thanks for listening, everybody. And as always, may the Force be with you.
This has been a production of the 21 Network. For more great podcasts, visit 21network.com. To view additional content, subscribe to our YouTube channel at youtube.com/21network. Follow us on Twitter at 21network for the latest news and updates. The 21 Network, for the fan and all of us.